Welcome to Social Media Fridays. Each Friday we meet here to wind down and talk about what happened this week in social media. With us today we have world's greatest programmer, Daniel Nugraha. Edwin Jonk is CEO of IDESTHOST in the Netherlands. You can find Edwin on idesthost.nl. Masataki Wasa is webmaster of wasaweb.net and also a Google Top contributor on the AdSense and the Google Plus Help community. During the week, we post items of interest on the Social Media Fridays community on Google Plus, and then we come here to discuss them. You can add your own posts if you like. You can even join us too. We'd love to have you with us. Our first post this week I made, it was on that pizzeria in Indiana that was silly enough to say that they wouldn't serve pizzas to a gay wedding, and this changed their Yelp reviews from, they had 2 reviews about 2 years old, and now I think, when I last looked, there was about 500, but they're getting more and more. And some of them very funny, some of them very witty, some of them savage, but all of them disapproving of this new bill in Indiana that is sponsored, well, been the cause of people boycotting the state. Guys, hello Meher, how are you? Meher is a social media dynamo. She hails from India. Anyway, did you get to see this article, Meher?
I'm just going through it.
Mm-hmm. Comments, guys?
Well, it's not really a nice law, is it?
It's a shocking law.
Yeah. Yeah, this small business owner doesn't like to serve gay people, and so they don't serve gay people.
Just to clarify, they did come out later and say that they do serve gay people, but they wouldn't serve pizzas to a gay wedding.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's their choice. There's probably a pizzeria on every corner, or.
But why would anyone have pizza for wedding?
I don't know. I've never been married, so.
I'm getting quite good at it. I've done it twice. But look, some of the weddings I've been to, pizza around about 10 or 11 p.m. Long after the food has been consumed, pizzas might be very handy.
Oh, after the reception and dance and everything. Yeah. Fair enough, yeah.
But it is actually a little bit bigger, this one. I think Salesforce is moving out of Indiana. They took over a company in Indiana. They have events. They had quite a large event in Indiana, which probably going to be moved elsewhere. So, then the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, tweeted about this particular law. And to be honest, I don't like that. I don't like that companies are saying this is a good law or this is not a good law. I think it is the citizens of this particular state that have to speak up, and not the companies.
Any more comments on this one? Moving right along, Meher Bagat. Oh, you got a new avatar, Meher. Meher Bagat said, or made a post on Facebook's big challenge to make virtual reality a social experience. Why would they need virtual reality glasses for Facebook? You know, you could just have a little LED screen that's flashed LOL.
I don't think there was anything really new for the Oculus Rift announced at a particular Facebook event.
I mean, I'm basically anti-Facebook, isn't it? Okay. What I found new was because we remember talking about it, I think a couple of previous episodes on Social Media Fridays regarding Facebook and capturing real-time reactions, right?
It's no good asking me, Meher. I'm a
No,
recovering.
I remember we talked about it because that day we were talking about being drunk and everything, and people getting their selfies. So yeah, what now they're trying to is to test 360-degree video angles to get real-time reactions in places, real places, and that's gonna be like Facebook should actually just shut down.
But there isn't an API or something for developers to make videos for this. Is there?
Okay.
Or?
Yeah, I think there's Oculus and the Samsung Gear VR, where Facebook is already, trying and testing this out.
I think there was a headset with something like 16 GoPro cameras. Not sure.
It's like more like capturing moments, basically, not for people, but for real places. Like events, monuments.
Oh, you mean like a hotel would have a video log or something like that?
Yeah, like that, and more like Google Glasses.
Google what?
More like Google Glasses, capturing real-time videos, I think 360 angle.
But
360
this one,
video.
this one you're fully immersed in the headset, right?
Yeah,
the
you
glasses.
it's a sort of gear, isn't it? So you're totally immersed into it. Whereas it's not augmentation; it is virtual reality. So it's not as if the reality is being augmented by something. You're immersed into a virtual reality world, as I understand it.
And there's a very keen observation. What Google fails, Facebook makes success over it. That's what I've realized over a period of time.
I mean,
They could possibly actually pull it off.
the interesting thing was that it was in the article as well, is that will people actually use it? Will people feel comfortable enough about using it? You can see gamers using it, for example. That would be a totally immersed experience, and I think I can see gamers using it, for example. But for others, would you, for example, say totally immerse yourself in undersea world, for example? You sort of virtual diving.
Well, that's taking immersion to another level, Masataki.
It's yeah, taking it more literally.
Well, all the big companies are doing something with virtual reality. Microsoft has his hologram. Google has his Glass, if that still exists.
Glass. Hard enough to remember what happened yesterday, let alone something that happened a year ago. But I think Google Glass. I mean, they can their explorers like that. They had a whole team of people just totally excited about the product, and they literally, just set them loose, cut them adrift, and closed the program to supposedly make, and they probably will make some special apps, but I don't think Glass is ever going to go mainstream now.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay.
So will we move on to the next one?
Yes, I think we will. Okay. Here we have another one from Meher Bagat. Welcome to Privacy Hell, also known as the Internet of Things. Why the Internet of Things is a privacy and security nightmare. This was an article on Fast Company. There's a link to it you'll find on the Social Media Fridays community on Google+.
It was on Wired. Oh no, it was on. Sorry. It is a long post, by the way.
I'll just confess straight away, I haven't read it.
I read half of it, and
I have to go with Edwin on that.
basically, the main concern is about medical applications. Which one? Pacemakers, insulin pumps. Especially with pacemakers, they are known to be hacked. For example, the doctor can put a machine on top of the pacemaker and adjust the pacemaker. So it should be, it can be hacked, those pacemakers, and nobody knows what software the pacemaker runs, except for the people that make the pacemakers. And I think in the past there was a report that a pacemaker was hacked. There was also reported he continues with cars. And in 2010, some employee hacked a car, but from nothing else was reported. But it is scary.
Basically, this article is collective of 3 to 4, most, I think, vulnerable, I think areas. Like one is the credit card. The guy from, I think this guy is from Corman that says, even after spending 80 billion, uh, which is like $80 billion, and still credit cards actually get hacked somehow. I mean, they get misused over internet.
Well, the issue with credit cards is that they can be more safe. However, then people have to carry more codes and do other things, and especially with online payments, it's not convenient. So they just lower the security, and they know that an X% will be stolen, and they just pay out, no problem. But for sure, credit cards can be more secure.
But over the period of time, no matter how much people actually, companies go securing credit card informations. In fact, people go securing, but there are some dumb people who actually just go and sign up information on dummy pages just because they don't know how to actually authenticate a page. It's like April Fool. And that would include my father doing that. I expect my father could do that one day.
Well, it makes me cross because Facebook, everybody knows everything about me. Everybody knows, but they still won't tell me who blocked Mark Trepagan. All right, let's move on from privacy hell. This one is titled "Why Facebook Messenger Will Fail as a Platform." Now we know why Facebook ripped Messenger out of the mobile version of the Facebook app last April. Messenger was destined to become a platform in its own right, complete with an API developer program to help and encourage software companies to make Facebook Messenger-specific apps. Let's see if there's anything more said on that. No, there isn't. Well,
basically, Facebook updated its Facebook Messenger. Got a pop-up here. And now people can make apps for Facebook Messenger for chat programs or messaging programs. That's not really that new. Mike Elgan gives a couple of examples here. Like Line and WeChat, they already offer apps, but for Facebook it is new. Let me see what. Well, one of the apps is a Jib, a funny button integration. So if you're into smileys and more, you probably like that. That will spam your messenger quite nice. ESPN Sports and the Weather Channel can be added to Messenger. And there's also Messenger for Business. If you, for example, if you have an e-commerce site, you can embed Messenger for Business on your e-commerce site, and basically give support through Messenger. And then that particular business gets permission to use Messenger. I don't know if that is nice because do you give only that one-time permission, or do you give them permission to spam your messenger every day? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, messengers. I mean, from ICQ to Yahoo Messenger and AOL Messenger, Skype, Microsoft Instant Messenger. There's no
Hangouts.
shortage. I mean, Google Hangouts. They changed course and developed an in-house protocol. There's no API for Hangouts, is there? Oh, wait a minute, there is, isn't there?
Yeah. There's an API, but if this, I don't know about the Hangouts text function. I think you can make calls and stuff like that through the API of Hangouts. But the beautiful thing about a chat box is basically that you get text and you don't get cluttered with offers and sports score or weather updates.
You can also transfer money.
Oh
if you
yeah,
have
that's true.
credit card details.
Is Masataki going to send me money?
Am I? Yeah. There is the big question, isn't there, of why that's sort of not answered, and that's, I mean, this messenger thing. Why do you need to put all sorts of things onto it? What's the point of it from the user's perspective? I mean, it makes sense from Facebook's perspective, I suppose, to try to monetize it, wall people in. That's sort of understandable. But for users, what's in it for them? What's in it for us?
Yeah, there's no lack about for messenger apps. So if Facebook is going to clutter the messenger, people just use other apps for it. Because there's no real benefits for the users, is there?
I don't know. I'm not on Facebook, so I can't tell you. I mean, I haven't come across it.
I am on Facebook and I haven't still come across it.
Who blocked Mark Trepagan?
Where are you reading that, Tim?
I'll find you a link.
Do you have something else to discuss, Jim?
I'm just sending this to you.
Oh,
Well, in other news, PFR is leaving Webmaster Trends in and doing something secret. He hasn't told us yet what he's doing. He's a great technical writer, PFR. He'll be sadly missed.
indeed, yes. Nobody took him serious, I think. Because he announced it on April Fool's Day, no?
Hmm. Did any one post stand out in the April Fool's jokes this year?
I'm not really a big fan of it, to be honest. I was talking to my father yesterday, and he noticed the Pac-Man in Google Maps. So that's probably the largest one, if he noticed that one. So.
Ooh, that was dangerous. I could have wasted so much time.
It worked on every map, no?
Yeah, you could choose a location.
Yeah.
At least on desktop. And I played twice, and I decided to run away because I knew I'd be spending hours if I started properly.
And who owns the right to Pac-Man? That must be a lucky day. All those licenses.
They won't pay. They wouldn't do it if they would have had to pay.
I think they have paid.
Really?
Maybe they did it. They already paid the Pac-Man creators in the past, because I thought there was a Google Doodle with Pac-Man. But I think it's still under copyright. So.
I mean, it shows how far we've come. I mean, Pac-Man used to run on a floppy disk, and all libraries included, and now it takes it runs on Google Maps, or they put it on Google Maps for April Fool's Day, and probably use 15 data centers and half the power of a small country to run it. Have we advanced? I don't know. Who blocked Mark Trepagan?
Aren't you a little too obsessed by that?
I think so.
Stop being stalkerish.
Oh, that person even threatened to punch him in the face. A comment he deleted minutes later.
Well, guys, if I click this button, what will happen? Let's see. Oh, it says thank you for watching. Is there anything else that we'd like to discuss today?
Ooh, there's a big issue about Facebook tracking everyone, wasn't there?
I'm not across it, Masataki, but you can fill me in.
Oh, no, I skimmed it. There was, I think that multiple news sources reported that Facebook could well be in trouble, at least in Europe, for tracking people who have not even logged into Facebook.
Wow. How are they doing that?
I have no idea.
And that's bloody intense, actually. That's too intense.
It was first
Has
reported
the
by the
pictures got
Guardian.
anything to do with it?
Let me share a link in the chat.
Okay.
How are they
A
planning
new
to do
report-
this?
Okay, I'm going to quote a passage from The Independent, which is a newspaper in Britain. A new report claims that Facebook secretly installs tracking cookies on users' computers, allowing them to follow users around the internet even after they've left the website, deleted their account, and requested to be no longer followed. Academic researchers said that the reports show that the company was breaking European law with its tracking policies. The law requires that users are told if their computers are receiving cookies except for specific circumstances.
It came from the report from researchers at the Center of Interdisciplinary Law and ICT. Which is the free university in Brussels.
And Facebook's tracking policy allows it to track users if they have simply been to a page on the company's domain, even if they weren't logged in. That includes pages for brands or events, which users can see whether or not they have an account. Facebook disputes the accusations of the report. It told in The Independent, quote, "This report contains factual inaccuracies. The authors have never contacted us, nor sought to clarify any assumptions upon which their report is based. Neither did they invite our comment on the report before making it public. We have explained in detail the inaccuracies in the earlier draft report, after it was published, directly to the Belgian DPA, who we understand commissioned it, and we have offered to meet with them to explain why it is incorrect, but they have declined to meet or engage with us. However, we remain willing to engage with them and hope they will be prepared to update their work in due course." End quote. The report does not have any legal standing and was written by independent academics.
And the actual authors of the study apparently dispute Facebook's statement.
Yeah, so I think
They say we have offered to meet with them, and they say to date we have not been contacted by Facebook directly, nor have we received any meeting request.
Yeah, I think it's going. I mean, whatever the actual case, I think it feeds into the narrative that people already have about Facebook. I think if you're ill-disposed towards Facebook, then you assume the worst, as it were. And I think it is corrosive in that respect for Facebook's reputation. So it'd be interesting to see what comes out of it and how the narrative is formed, how you, if you like, spin the story. And I think, so this could rumble on for a while, and it'd be interesting how Facebook deals with it.
I mean, they've always been. I mean, there's always been dramas. They've always overstepped the line. I mean, the EU has a privacy commissioner. Australia has a privacy commissioner. once upon a time, you'd get shot for breaching a client's privacy. But now Facebook does it with impunity. They just do it until somebody savvy enough picks them up on it.
I mean, if people have agreed to the terms, then they have agreed to be tracked. So to that extent, I mean, the question is whether people actually understand what they're signing up to. That issue has been around forever, really.
Mm.
And government sites and health sites need to be very careful with those Facebook buttons or Google Plus button for that matter.
Yeah, and that's what I wonder, because those, I mean, those are everywhere, aren't they? I mean, Facebook share buttons and like buttons. Same for Google Plus. Similarly for Twitter. Many places have that tweet button. So it's interesting what, if anything, they're doing with those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they gather a lot of data through all those buttons and plugins.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting how much extensive it is with mobile devices.
Yes, yes. Especially with they don't need GPS. They can also track the Wi-Fi
Yeah,
to see
so
which one.
location.
Yeah, yeah. Google Google car Street View cars basically mapped every what's that called, access point with the I forgot the name of that, which you can opt out by, I think it was then you have to rename it to no map or something like that. But they collect all those Wi-Fi network, and based on that they can locate you. At least Google can. Not sure about Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't installed Facebook app on my phone, so I don't know, but would you allow it access to the location data? It might come up as a sort of part of the package, no?
Yeah, I think so. But if you turn off GPS,
yeah,
the GPS code will not be sent because there's no data. But other data might reveal your location to Facebook or something near.
Yeah.
And I think you also need if you opt out from Facebook will install a cookie saying, because they need to, right? They need to know if you opt out from Facebook, so they need to set a cookie. Otherwise, they don't know. And if they are tracking through that cookie, who knows?
Ooh.
I think we're done with this, Jim.
I think so, but I was well, I was afraid.
Oh.
Anyway, well, look, if you're watching this at a later time, thank you very much for your interest. Your interest in what we do makes what we do worthwhile. We'll be back at the same time next week to do